What's up, you guys? Welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be showing you guys how to install this rough country bed cover onto your Tacoma. I'm also going to be telling you guys about the options that these do have, because there's 5 different ones. And of course, if you guys are interested, stay tuned. Let's get into the video. Alright, you guys, so before we get into the installation, as always, I want to show you guys what comes inside the box. So, of course, this is going to depend on which model you do get, because there is 5 different models, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the video. But the one I have here today is going to be the rough country tri-fold fold-up bed cover. Inside that box is, of course, the bed cover, and then looking over here, you're going to have a right passenger side and a left driver side rail. Inside, you're also going to have these drip rails, which I'll show you guys what these do as well. And then, of course, inside the box, you're going to have your hardware and brackets needed. So it's going to be 3 per side, so a total of 6 top brackets, and then a total of 6 bottom bed rail brackets, which you'll see what that does. And then you're, of course, going to get 6 of these silver button head screws, and you're going to get 2 of these black screws. You're also going to get some wing nuts and some of these bad boys here, which, like I said, you'll see what that's for. And you're also going to get 3 of these little tools inside the bag. So we'll show you guys what we're going to be using once we get to the install. I just wanted to show you guys what comes in the box. All right, you guys, so for the first step, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and grab 3 of these bed rail nuts. They're going to slide into the rail right here. First thing you need to do is on your actual bed rail here, you're going to have a little plastic. You want to go ahead and push down on it, and it should release. If you've never removed this, it might be a little bit hard, but just play with it, it should come out. And then you grab the bed rail nuts, and you're gonna notice there's 2 sides to it. So there's like a U shape, and then there's other, like a bulged out side. So what you want is the U shaped to be into the bed. You want this facing towards you. So go ahead and slide those 3 just like that. 1, 2, and then 3. So leave one like about here. Put one around the center, and then one towards the back. It's that simple. So for the next step, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to want to go ahead and locate which rail you're going to be grabbing for which side. So it's going to have an indication here, as for an example, left, it's going to be driver's side, which is this side, and then the right side will be passenger side. So it's going to be that simple. So we're going to be working on the driver's side, so let's grab that now. And then we're going to go ahead and just drop it in. One thing to take note on is if you guys do have bed stiffeners, like the ones that I have, for example, these are from Little BS Fabrication. These ones actually sit way up top over here. But what we did off camera was actually grind it down. As you guys can see, it's cut up. So that way this can sit there. If you do not have bed stiffeners, you don't need to worry about that. Or if yours don't go up this high. Like I said, mine were like way up here, so we had to grind it down. So now this will sit properly, nice and flush, exactly the way it's supposed to be. So we're going to be measuring right about here. If you come closer, you're going to notice the bed does have like a little creasing right here. So we're going to put this rail right about there. We're going to be grabbing 3 of these big brackets, and these ones are going to be going on the bed rail itself. So let's show you guys. So you're going to notice on either side, it's going to have cutouts. There's one here, one here, and one towards the back. So what you're going to do with these brackets, you're going to notice there's also like a U shape in there. You're going to want to drop them in and slide, just like that. And then drop in, slide, just like that. And then the last one, drop in and slide. So now that we kind of have it somewhat where it's going to go, up next, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is now get the silver button head bolts. So up next, you're going to want to go ahead and get the 3 silver button head bolts. And basically, we're going to now be bolting this down. One thing to take note on is, like I told you, there's going to be 3 of these Allen keys in the kit. Go ahead and grab the Allen key that's going to fit those Allen bolts heads. So right there. So we're going to start this by hand. Start with the middle one, just so it stays in place for me. Once you started the center one, you should be able to now move on to the side ones. Once you have them started, you can then go ahead and get the tool that will fit that head. All right, once you have it nice and tight, up next, you're gonna need to go ahead and get your drip rail. It's supposed to help kind of with the water, say it's a rainy day. These are drip rails for the actual camper, so it doesn't get all wet inside of here. So you're gonna notice both sides are open. So go ahead and grab one of the sides. And if you notice back here towards the back, there's like a gold pin coming out of it. That's where you're gonna need to insert this. So it may take some time, just kind of wiggle it in. For the other side of this, on your Tacoma bed, as far as for me, I don't have it, so I can't show you guys. But for your Tacoma bed, you should have factory drilled out holes around this section here and one on the opposite side in the same area. So what you would do, basically, that would get inserted into there, but you will need to drill out that hole a little bigger just so that way it fits, and then you insert it and you drop it in. It's that simple. Like I said, for me, I'm going to do it another day because I need to measure some stuff out. So I'm going to leave it for now. But for you guys, you want to drill that hole out a little bigger, drop it in, and you're done. And then you'd basically do exactly the same steps that you did on this side to the other side. Now that you finished up installing the bed rails and everything like that, they're secured into place. Up next is getting your bed cover. You're going to notice on the bed cover itself, there's one little like flap here, and then it also has a seal. So this is actually going to go to the back of the truck right here. It's going to go over this back piece here, which I'll show you guys right now. I just want to explain it. So this seal will essentially go inwards, and then this other piece here will sit on top. Let's show you. This part's going to get a little bit tricky, so I can't really show you guys on camera. But first thing you're going to want to do is, like I said, the seal is going to have to drop into there. So make sure the bed cover is in a spot where it won't get in the way. So I do need to scoot it back a little bit here. Let's put that there. Just like that. Just like that. So you're noticing it is bulged up. You actually want to bring it back until it sits flush. So just like that. And make sure it's even on both sides. You're also going to notice there's a little cutout right here. Let me show you guys what you're going to put into that. So there's going to be a cutout like that on both sides. You're going to want to go ahead and get this black screw that comes provided, and you're going to drop it in there. If it's not going down, that means the bed cover itself is not in the correct position. It'll help looking underneath to see where it's supposed to be slid in onto. So as you saw, all I had to do was move it back and forth, and the screw popped in. So you want to do the same thing to the opposite side. Now you have the bolt in place. Inside the baggie that those came in, you're going to have this as well. First thing you're going to want to go ahead and grab is going to be these right here. So what you're going to do is go underneath right here. So first one's going to be this here. Go ahead and screw it on into place. It goes in just like that. Super simple. And then you want to do the same thing to the opposite side. Make sure it's nice and tight. Once it's nice and tight on both sides, you'll then get the wing nut and you'll do the same thing. You'll screw it into place just like that. As far as these little nuts, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't say anything about it on the instructions. So it's up to you if you want to toss these, save these, or just cap them off right here. It's up to you. Like I said, I didn't see anything on the instructions. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, you guys, now that you screwed everything in, you're going to notice these like straps right here. There's one on this side, one on the opposite side. These are going to go on the bed rail itself. So there's going to be a hole here. I don't know if you can see my finger coming through. That's where you're going to want to go ahead and place this. There it is. Okay. So just like that. So you want to do the same thing to the opposite side. Now that you finished up with the whole installation, we're now going to tell you guys about the 5 different bed covers that Rough Country does provide. I'm also going to be showing you guys exactly how this bed cover works. And I'm also going to give you my honest opinion and review. And I'm going to give you guys some pricing on these. So let's go ahead and get to that. Now that we finished up with the installation, I'm going to show you guys around on the one that I do have. I do want to let you guys know there's 5 different options, which we'll talk about later in the video. The one that I do have here today is going to be their hardtop trifold flip up cover. So I'm going to explain to you guys what that is right now, but this is their most expensive option, which runs about 850 bucks. So if you ask me, that's not too bad, but let's show you guys around. So first things first is inside of here, you're going to have like these little mechanisms. You push inwards. Let me get on this side. So you push here and it unlocks both sides. So whether you're on that side or this side, it'll have this little mechanism so you can unlock it from either side. You won't have to like unlock here, run over there. No, you just do it from either side, whichever one you're on. So then you flip this up like this, and then you do it once more. Once again, doesn't matter which side. And then the cool thing about this one is this is the flip up version. So what that means is this will actually flip up all the way, as you can see. So the cool thing about this one is you have full access to your whole bed, which on other bed covers, this only lands up to about right here and you lose a bunch of space back here. So with this one, you'll have access to the whole thing. And the way it works is there's going to be these little shocks right here on the bed. All you do is you push up, it releases them, you bring it in, and you're going to notice this ball right here. You pop them in. You're going to see it says unlock and lock. So to pop them in, you unlock, you push up. Once it's there, then you bring this back down. It locks it into place, and it's going to have one same thing on the opposite side. So you unlock it, and now you're safe to drive and you have access to the whole bed, like I said. Now if you do want to close it, going back to that same little mechanism, you hit unlock and you pop them out. And then there's a little latch where these sit in so they won't be dangling. Do the same thing to this side. Unlock, latch, and just like that. And then you're able to bring this down. Now if you have it in this position here, you're going to notice there's also straps. You can go ahead and strap these in if you're afraid it's going to come up. So that's also a cool option that these do come with, just like that. And then it shouldn't pop up anymore, as you saw. So if you do want to go ahead and, of course, close it completely, you let go of these. A little bit hard, I'm not going to lie. Let go of that. And then you go ahead and bring it back down, just like that, making sure it clicks. You'll hear the click, just like that. And now we're good to go, basically. Just like that. Now we can hit the road. Our stuff is safe back there, and like I said, this one does have the drip rail option. So if it is raining, it should help out a little bit. Let's go ahead and now just talk about the 5 different options that Rough Country does have. All right, you guys, so for the 5 options that Rough Country does have as far as bed covers, starting off with the cheapest one, it's gonna run about $220, and that's gonna be their soft roll-up bed cover. That one isn't really too much, and it's not as safe, because of course someone can just stab through it, which, I mean, if someone really wants to get into any of these, they can. But the soft roll-up, in my opinion, is a little bit scary just because of the material. It's very soft. And then their next option is going to be a soft trifold bed cover. So it'll be similar as far as how this one works, but it's just going to be like a soft version of it. And then as far as the third option, it's going to be a hard roll-up bed cover, and it's exactly what you hear. It's going to be a hard version, but it's going to roll up kind of like if you're rolling up a blow-up mattress, or, you know, just rolling something up like. And then that one runs about 750 bucks. The next option from there is going to run about $800, and that one's going to be a hard, low-profile bed cover. So that one's going to be similar to like what I have. It's just not going to open all the way, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, if you want to go ahead and get the most expensive option, which really isn't that much, which is going to be this one here, the hard trifold flip-up bed cover. And as you guys saw, it has all the options. This one's a nice material. It's hard, so it shouldn't fly up on the freeway, and it shouldn't be as easy access. But one thing to take note on, if you come right over here, it's nice and flush. So I really do like that. As you can tell, just going all the way around, it's going to sit flush with the bed. It's not going to be popping up like other ones, or it's not going to look funky. It's just super flat for the price. I know there may be better ones out there, but of course they're going to cost a lot more. If you're looking for an affordable option that will do everything, you could check them out. The link will be in the description box below. All right, you guys, so now down to the review part of this. So I'm going to keep this short. In all honesty, as far as for the price, I don't think it's a bad option. Now, do I wish some of the things were a little bit different for what you pay? Yes. So as an example, back there, the latches are plastic, where in the long run, I feel like this plastic here is gonna dry rot from the sun. So it would have been cool if they added like a different, maybe this type of material, or put like a rubber seal around it or something to protect it. That's the only thing that I can see that's gonna kind of suck down the road. But as far as the whole bed cover itself, and as far as the pricing, I think it's good. Overall, as far as the price, what it does and what it offers, I like it. So of course, it's up to you guys to purchase if you want to. Description box below. All right, you guys, so if you enjoyed today's quick video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
JesseRizo is here for you. Is here for you. Like I said, it's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.